Tonight, President Trump made an announcement that could change the future of the U.S. Supreme Court. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. President Trump nominated Brett Kavanaugh to be a Supreme Court justice. If confirmed, he would take over for retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy, who in some cases acted as a swing vote. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen live in our newsroom tonight. Jennifer, Kavanaugh has been on the U.S. Court of Appeals in D.C. for a dozen years.
He has, and during that time, he's had a track record of siding with religious organizations over government and groups that challenge them. But President Trump said this nomination was based on who can set aside personal opinions to decide what is constitutional or not. Tonight, I sat down with a political science expert to find out what this nomination could mean for the future of the Supreme Court.
It's a relatively polarized court now, and Anthony Kennedy was in the middle.
Now that Anthony Kennedy is retiring as Supreme Court justice, that leaves an open seat for the next justice to step in. President Trump narrowed his choice down to one nominee.
It is my honor and privilege to announce that I will nominate Judge Brett Kavanaugh to the United States Supreme Court.
Kavanaugh clerked for Kennedy, the man he might be replacing.
Mr. President, I am grateful to you, and I'm humbled by your confidence in me.
While nobody can predict if President Trump's pick will be voted in, strategy does play a part.
The president and his advisors are thinking hard about who can win.
Brian Gaines is a political science expert at U of I. He says the president's nomination will impact the court's future rulings. But first, his nominee has to clear the Senate. Republicans need a majority of at least 51 votes for Kavanaugh to be confirmed.
There are enough Democrats that are in kind of toss-up races that I think it's unlikely all of them will vote against it, even if there's a lot of pressure from Democratic leaders.
Before that vote happens, Kavanaugh will have to go through hearings where he'll answer questions by the Senate.
Then the nominees are very well coached now to say as little as possible, to give very guarded answers.
And that's where some contention might come in.
The complaints tend to be that the judges just won't say anything about what they would do. If they're asked, how would you vote on a case on Roe v. Wade, they'll almost certainly say, I can't. They might say something about it being settled law, but they're not going to make a promise one way or the other.
The Senate will schedule the hearings within the next couple months. Gaines says it's likely they will conclude those hearings next month. After that, it will be put up for a vote. In the newsroom, Jennifer Jensen, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Now, some senators are criticizing President Trump for his nomination tonight. On Twitter, Senator Dick Durbin denounced the decision, saying, quote, Kavanaugh is a judge who consistently favors big business and undermines the protections for consumers, workers, women, and the environment. Senator Tammy Duckworth saying that this choice could jeopardize health insurance for people with pre-existing conditions or throw abortion rights into question. Now, other politicians are also weighing in tonight. We'll have more responses, including some from Congressman Rodney Davis, Governor Rauner, and his November challenger, J.B. Pritzker, on our website, illinoishomepage.net.